Anglo American is the obvious one to start with. Why? Because it's the biggest, it's the largest producer. Remember, it's 80% held by Anglo American Corporation. It is in the All 40. It has a market cap which is still a reasonable number at just shy of 80 billion rands. Price to earnings ratio 24.7. That tells you it's currently making profits in its last set of reporting numbers. Not currently in dividend distribution mode. Not rumored, actively looking to scale back its Rustenburg operations and focus on Mogalakwena, which is open cast. But they haven't been able to find a buyer, it seems, for the older parts of the Rustenburg operation.
Yeah, certainly, and they may be looking at spinning it off or whatever they want to do with it. But if you look, the problem with most of these platinum mines, includes Anglo Plats, is you got these old mines that you actually want to get rid of, but you're sitting with labor relations in South Africa and governments with licensing and so forth. So that's certainly a tricky part to sit in.
So
otherwise,
what you're saying
I
is
think
you can't just shut them down and say everybody go home, because that's really not going to fly, and you're going to get trouble with your other operations. So you have to like sell them to someone or find
So I think
a
it's a
partner.
very tricky situation where these guys are in, and otherwise I think you would have had the platinum well north of where it's pricing at the moment, because these guys would have closed loss-making operations.
That's the feedback.
But yeah, it's difficult to do that with government.
Well, look, let's look at the share price chart, because it will reveal just the extent of the industry slide. And you can see, well, that's not that horrible, but it has tracked downwards, sideways. It used to be one of the largest companies in South Africa, now not so much. Does show a little bit of a turn there at the end, though, huh?
Yeah, well, who knows? Hopefully. But if you track this extra 2 or 3 years back, this price was actually, I think, 1,450 rand in 2007, and these guys were pumping money in those days. So we don't think it will go back to those levels, but it's the cheapest it's been on price to books.
So you're starting to buy this one now, and it's showing some signs of color in the last couple of days. But is this the moment? I mean, is this when people ought to be putting money in harm's way here?
Yeah, well, I think we're sticking with these guys because they got a good balance sheet, and they got Anglo, who's the 80% shareholder, and they will probably back them if they need more capital, etc. So I think your safer bet is here. Is these assets cheap? I think everybody in the industry recognizes that it's cheap. The earnings are not there at the moment, although their first half didn't look that bad. They had about 9 rand earnings first half. If they can actually double that, they're sitting on a P of 15, 16.
And they do have the operational flexibility, as you say, because something like 20% of production is now coming from that open cast operation, which is the old PP Rust, Mogalakwena as they call it now.
And I think they do about 40% of EBITDA from that side. So
that's amazing.
They're actually not making profits on some of the older mines.
Okay, like I said, 6 stocks. We'll tease out the overall views. As far as this one's concerned, you're going to go hot or not?
I'm certainly going to go hot with it.
Interesting. Okay, we have a hot. I'm going not hot on this one. No ways. Okay.